Good evening. Hercules Crypto. Gonna get back at you. Let you know results on what's going on in the markets on Bitcoin and what I'm holding. So I'm still holding the 0.009 of a Bitcoin. I did buy. I had a limit order, and I was sleeping, and I had a limit order at 80,450, and it picked up on that order, and that's all my buys on Bitcoin at about 0.0009 of a Bitcoin. Now I've sold a lot of my crypto for bills and to move into this house and stuff and all this stuff. A lot of stuff came up, but I think this is very good for me because in the long term, because I'll go into the metrics and show you the data and what I'm looking at. But this is healthy, and I'll explain why this is very healthy. A lot of people get scared. I always look at the fear and greed index. That's a very good indicator. That's something all the best technical analysis use in this space. But it is a game. Crypto is a game. But the lows of Bitcoin, I think, was out 78,250. Could be the bottom. Could be the very bottom. But I'm very happy with my price, and I'm not selling. You know, worst if I deploy more capital when it drops below the price that I bought, I'll just have more than 0.9 of a Bitcoin. Um, so and I'll start putting 20%, 40%. The lows was initially around 74,500, but when I'm looking at, I'll show you in the indicator what the actual low that I thought could get hit, but I don't want to be greedy because we may not never hit it. People are buying up Bitcoin like crazy. When you got retail selling like crazy, long term, here's what's going on for clarity. And this is why it's bullish still. We're in this bull run, and I'll show you some indicators to show that. Because everybody that's bought Bitcoin within a month to 3 months has been selling like crazy. All your long-term holders, all your whales that are long-term holders, all your smart money, all your institutions are still holding. They're not selling. It's simple. And institutions, I done said it before, institutions carrying this market, not retail. Therefore, I got out of altcoins because I saw BTC dominance is just crazy. It's crazy this year. And I don't blame anybody. I was a Bitcoin maxi when I started in April of 2024. And so April of this year will be a year since I've even been in the game. And why it's a game is I'll explain that. Okay. So crypto and in the crypto space in Bitcoin, and you're buying these lower market coins, which you have to understand. Like when I bought Bitcoin, I got less risk because it's such a high market cap, and it's about 84,000 a coin. Now all your other smaller cap coins can really go up in price, which will gain you a lot of profits, or go down in price and lose. You'll FOMO out. You'll sell at the worst times. And retail typically buys at the highs and sells at the lows. Every time in the crypto space, someone is selling and someone's picking up and buying what they're selling, and then vice versa. So the game is played by manipulation and liquidity in the space. There's a lot of people in crypto leverage trading. And so here's why. Okay. So your stock markets, all your other stuff that people use, whether they're leverage trading or just holding long term. In the crypto space, you can gain a lot of money really, really fast. You can hold a stock for 4 to 6 or 8 years and gain a lot of money. In crypto space, you can hold it a couple months or a year and gain triple or double the money. It's very fast. It's very volatile. That's why I keep saying it's very volatile. People can't stomach the volatility. That's why you need me on Hercules Crypto 16 channel, and I'm gonna have smart minds join my team in the future, and health as well as crypto. Whether they give me videos with health or crypto, I'm gonna do both. Financial freedom is ahead for those that want to invest in scarcity assets. Right now, precious metals and gold is pricing up really, really high. This won't be forever. This won't happen forever. So in this space, this is very healthy that we did. And in the fear and greed index, we're hitting extreme fear. Now, I've been looking for this for a while. We have to reset sentiment. We have to reset this. We have to get out the weak hands. We have to push out. We have to flush out the people that are high leverage in this market. You know, you should not be cross trading. I wouldn't do that. You can gain insane amount of money really fast, and you can lose insane amount of money really fast. Only isolate trades and move up your margin as you go, and raise your stop losses when price moves up or down, or if you're trying to short the price or long the price or short the price. There's so many strategies out there, guys, and I can teach this in the future. I will swing trade in the future when I get about 2 years experience with a large amount of money. But I closed all my leverage. My leverage trade of Shiba Inu for profit. I thought it could fill that wick because I bought it at the very, very lows, and I was way up in profits. I went ahead sold because of the altcoins, and I'll explain it. I'll show you why I'm more bullish on Bitcoin, even more than Ethereum right now, currently in this month, the beginning of March. Now, this is very healthy because now I was predicting that this bull run can end. I was looking at October and then altcoins taking off. Everything's lining up that in second quarter of March, that's when the bear market will come or start to come, and then I'll time the lows. I don't think personally, in my opinion, with all the things I'm seeing, with all the indicators, I could be wrong, and I love to be wrong because that helps me to grow and be better. But 69K to me would be the bear market lows. And we got a price at 78,250. So if you didn't buy anything below in the 80K region or slightly below that, it's hard to get the bottom. And I was asleep. But, it's very difficult getting the bottom. You don't want to be greedy because it may never hit your price. Always set limit orders. I've always done that for a long time. I trade on Coinbase and I do the advance, so I have super low fees, and I'm so good at it. And at one time, I had higher volume in trading, and therefore I keep getting lower and lower fees. So my fees are very, very low on advanced trading on Coinbase. You got your normal Coinbase, and you got your advanced trading. I've been using that forever. I love the read charts and candlesticks and all this, but let me show you the indicators. Fear and greed will run for a very long time, guys. You see this chart? These are the short-time holders selling out. That's all that's going on here. People have been holding Bitcoin for a month or 3 months since, Trump boosted the overall markets. It's overheated, overextended. We need to cool off. We need to come back down. Now, let me show you something interesting. Here's the Pi cycle top indicator. This is always one of the best indicators in this space to know the top is in. You see here, the top is in. We go above the line, we drop below. We go above the line, we drop below. We slightly go above the line. That's not a healthy top though. But you see what I'm saying? We've touched the line here, and this was, what date was that? That was around April of 2024. Guys, we're nowhere near that. And then I'll show you the fear and greed. I'll show you the rainbow chart. Parallel channels are my absolute favorite. The rainbow chart. Bitcoin history since 2009. You typically go to the top of the channel, to the bottom of the channel. We've not even came to the top of the channel. We have to hit the dark red or the very top of the channel, which is, I think we will do easily. Now, there was one more indicator. Altcoin season. Zoom out. Oh my gosh. Brandon's not holding altcoins. Why is he not holding altcoins? We're nowhere near altcoin season. They kept telling, I keep listening to these YouTubers who have been around since 2017. No one has a crystal ball. They can't predict the markets to 100%. No indicator is 100%. But I've become so good at this and learning so much knowledge, and I haven't even been in it in a year yet, that anytime I have free time, and a lot of times I don't, but when I do have free time, I'm just ramping up on the knowledge of everything. I'm open-minded. I look at all the indicators. I look at the M2 global money supply. I look at what the Fed rates are doing. We're on a pause. They think we're going to be a pause this whole year. I don't think so. I think we may get a rate cut close to May, maybe even before with economy, because I told you, when the yields, the 10-year bonds are they've been inverting, when they uninvert, bam, there goes a bad recession. There goes the dot-com bubble. But see, not holding altcoins. And then let me show you this chart of Bitcoin. Real quick, the lowest we could come down is around this 74, 73. We'll tap this, and then I don't think we could come down that low, because I gotta look at it both ways. I'm not super maxi bullish or super maxi bearish, but this is healthy so far. This is going to give us a longer bull run. So that was February. That was within March 11th. That's when we topped out in March. See this right here, guys? Oh my gosh, let me zoom out. Price currently at 84,414 on the Coinbase exchange. This is a weekly chart. This is in the macro. I zoomed out. You see the M pattern? Bam, bam. Bear market. These are in the 2022, by the way. This is in 2022 and the beginning of 2023. Economy was bad in 2022. See this whole range here? That's forming a cup. That's bullish in the long term, in the macro. Now, you see the M pattern here? That's a very bearish sign. Or they sometimes look at it as a double top, but I don't really focus on double tops. But I focus on the W pattern, which is bullish, and the M pattern, which is very bearish. Or here's another indicator, but this is the lowest we'll ever come down in Bitcoin history. Yeah, you heard it from Hercules Crypto. My opinion, of course. I could be wrong, and I would love to be wrong, so I can look at more data and figure out and decode with numbers and see what's going on in astrology and all this stuff. But 69K is a significant number. Significant. And look at this. Let me see if I can. Okay, that's the macro. Now, let's clean this up a bit. BTC dominance in the weekly. Is it tapping out? Oh my gosh, it's not. It's not. Let me pull it up on the daily. The wick's not got filled, guys. Not even close. We don't always fill the top of the wick, but we'll fill this wick, no doubt. But I was looking at higher. I was looking at 67K right here. That's a long ways to go till it tops out and drops. And until it drops below 50, we have to drop below this, guys. 56, about 56, 67%. We need to drop below this to become bearish on Bitcoin dominance. And that's when you should hold altcoins. And that's when you will get altcoin season, which my personal opinion will be in October. Yes, I'm going to buy Shiba Inu in October and some of my favorite altcoins. I'll have more capital then. I'll deploy it out. And I might sell a percentage of my Bitcoin, but depends. If I have more capital by October, then I won't touch my Bitcoin. I don't want to touch my Bitcoin, to be honest with you, because it's the best thing to hold. I'm way up in profits, guys. I'm way up in profits, and I don't even own one Bitcoin. You can imagine if I owned one Bitcoin. And so what I want to show you real quick, the sign and patterns do play out in the macro, not so much always in the lower time frames. Here's total market cap of Bitcoin, period. Let me zoom out. See this? You see that? There's the M pattern, once again, in the macro. This is just a daily chart. Boom, boom. Now you can also look at it in a different, let's see. This chart here is very bearish. So you got here would be the base, the head. We come down to, let me pull up indicator. Let me pull up real quick. Let me just pull up the MACD. This shows you bearish signs and bullish signs. We're still, wrong indicator. This would be Market Cipher. This is the cheap. This is the free version of Market Cipher. Okay, that's looking really good. Okay, so we're crossing these green lines here. Money's coming in to the cloud. I don't know if you can see that. When you print a red dot, it's bearish. This is on the daily, on the total market cap, all the altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XNM, all that stuff, as well as Solana. I think Solana is going to do good again. I really do. That's got that Saturnian. We're in that Saturnian logo. We're in the snake, wood snake year in Chinese astrology. But yeah, we're curving. You see the curve on this right here, market cipher B? It's kind of curving and money's flowing in. Now I would like to have the version where it costs money, but I don't. But let's look at the DXY just keeps going up. See, it printed a green dot. The strength of the US dollar is going up right now currently. It could hit the 109. It's been from 105 to 109. Let me show you real quick. That's right there. 7% appreciation of the dollar, so it's up right now, and it could top out at 109. But if you look at my chart on the daily, it's still momentum down. Of course, it has to get above a certain levels to be bullish on the. But yeah, on here on the MACD, this is showing the red dot, which is the bear signal on the daily. This is in the short term, not the macro. Now I need to pull it up on the weekly as well. Let me clean this up a little bit. Let me zoom in. I was zoomed out too far. All right. Here's what we got. Let me show you the dip. Let me show you the dip real quick, guys. Let me clear this off. Let me pull this down. Let me show you what we got here. From the top, from the high to the low. And hold my mouth right. Okay. We got that is a pretty, that's, whoa, $31,000. Well, okay, so the drop was significant in the volume. You see that? 26 bars, 18, 28% drop. Yeah, you heard it from me. That's a 28% from the high to the low, from 109K to down to where we hit the 78,360 something. Wow, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's but the markets, when we were in the lows, I was want to show you on Bitcoin on the week, that's the monthly, on the lows. So here, this was back all the bad news and economy, and this was like a bear market. We're still in a bull uptrend because look how high we up, guys. We're climbing. We're climbing up. That's where we're at now. That's not bearish at all. We got a lot to go to this year. Everything's looking great. UST, this is a good chart to look at, in my opinion. This is the market cap of USDT dominance stablecoin when people hold money on the sidelines. Yes, this is a good place to put money, not always banks. Anyway, if you want to deploy money out to buy crypto or Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP, and all that other stuff, or Trump coin, it's actually been getting a lot of volume lately. Trump coin, again, it's a meme coin. It's gambling. It's casino. Be careful out there if you're gambling with casinos. If you want to use a meme coin, always use your highest market cap meme coins like Shiba Inu and Doge, and perhaps maybe Pepe if it does good again. I'm not sure if it will. Yeah, you see momentum down. If it pops back up on the weekly, we're in trouble. On the daily, look, it's already did. It's already went up. Let me clean that up. Look at that. That's bullish. Rounded bottom. People are holding a lot of money in stables. A lot of uncertainty in the markets because of the tariffs and whatnot. They don't know what's going to happen with the economy and everything, which, I ain't gonna lie, it could crash. It could crash, but I do know one thing: Bitcoin will get bought up super fast. People are so bullish. So, bringing a lot of liquidity to space. If you understand this, a lot of liquidity will come to the space, and then one day in the future, Bitcoin will be the best asset to hold. Simple. I'm saying this today because in the next couple years, everybody will agree with me, whether if you don't know this or not, or don't even know about Bitcoin. It is decentralized. There's only 21 million ever will be held, owned, and supply. 21 million supply reach. So it's a scarcity asset. It it's not like the government where they just keep printing money into doom and gloom debt that we're in. The appreciation of the Bitcoin, holding it year on year with a 4-year cycle would always bring in good returns, like some of your good stocks and stock markets. Um, when economy does crash down and they get us out of this dollar system, which is coming sooner than later, no one knows the day, but it's looking ramping up speed right now. But when that day comes, you want to be in a good place with your money, and then if you're investing, you want to be in good assets. Right now, AI is very good assets to hold, and precious metals, as well as gold, silver, and whatnot. These are good ways to hedge yourself from what's coming or what's been coming. Tariffs good in the long term. Of course, it could be max pain a little bit here and there in the short term. But yeah, this needs to happen. This should have happened a long time ago, but it's bad that's happening now with inflation and everything going on, and prices are already high. Prices could climb back up because other countries will hit us with more tariffs. But it's the exchange rate, a percentage of getting taxed on bringing goods and services overseas. You know, which right now currently is talking about Canada, China, and Mexico. You know, and really, you can look at things one way or another, but there's always good and bad in everything. So in the short term, bad, tariffs is bad. In the long term, it's very healthy and very good for America. So I showed you the charts. We're in this macro event. There was one thing I was going to show, but I couldn't remember what it was. And yeah, the S&P. The last video. The S&P is why the whole market's dumped, right? Look at that. This is the daily. Does not look healthy at all. A lot of the stock markets don't. Not just Bitcoin. Can't always pick on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a store of value, and they will hold it. It will be a strategic Bitcoin reserve will come in the future. Right now, they're focusing on stable coins and regulations of stable coins, which would be the best place to hold money where you can self custody it or hold it on a large exchange, and the money will never deflate. You never get hit with fees, and it's fast and easy to send it to banks, and then more banks jump aboard this Bitcoin strategic reserve and whatnot of clients be able to hold Bitcoin on their ledger. Then yeah, everything is looking good, and then things will move faster. The speed of crypto, Bitcoin, why it's so good is because gold, right? Gold is priced at all-time highs. If you own a lot of gold and you've been buying it for a couple of years, can you move gold around? It's heavy. Gold is heavy. Um, Gold won't always be here with the way the world's looking at. Um, how much do we have in the vault? You know, Elon Musk's looking into that. Do we actually have what we say we have? Maybe, maybe not. Question is like there's a lot of uncertainty out there, and a lot of people's not trusting the government. So, and we need certainty. We need things. We need economy to boom. We need things to go. And there could be max pain in the short term, but in the long term, this is looking very good. And Trump's good for the stock markets. He's a businessman. He's good for the Bitcoin and crypto. And this is looking good. You got to bring liquidity to space, but you also have to understand all these other factors: the M2 money, global supply, the 10-year Treasury bonds. You know, when bonds are moving down, it's good to hold these risk-on assets. When bonds are moving up, you want to get out of risk-on assets, so forth and so forth. But the dollar one day will crash, and they might want to get rid of the penny. I mean, you never know. They might not, but they might. I mean, it could happen. They're talking about it. But the markets, this bull run could last. One of your expert people are saying this bull run can last in quarter two of March. In the year 2026, which could be around March or so. But yeah, typically in the markets, like we're in March now, they say go away in May. Remember the November. Remember the 5th of November. That was when the markets pumped because the certainty of Trump being in office is good for the overall market as well as Bitcoin because he's talking good things about it. He's understanding it now how it works. One day, y'all may understand the way Bitcoin works. It's digital gold. It's a scarcity asset. In the next 10 years, it's going to be such high in price. Right now, people are like, I can't afford 84K. I can't afford 84K. That's why you dollar cost average and build up capital and keep deploying it and hold it long term. And then one day you'll own a half of Bitcoin, then you'll own a full Bitcoin and so forth. And this money and profit will keep growing when Bitcoin hits $3,000. So on this bull run, in the regular case would be like 175,000 K to 180K could be the top out in the year 2025 or into 2026 if it happens. But with my looks on October of Bitcoin dominance dropping and the altcoins flying, that's when we get the altcoin season, in my opinion. Then we may not hit my targets of 200K to 250K. Now, it could happen. Bitcoin is scarcity. And when institutions are carrying this market and retail comes in and people and banks starts adopting all this as well as a strategic reserve in Bitcoin, this is good. This is good for America because we need to start this first before any other country. We need to jump aboard this. Micro Saylor has said a lot of things that made me a Bitcoin maxi and think of how made me understand more about Bitcoin, what it is, how much you should value it, and it just keeps climbing. The hash rates keeps going up and up. People are capitulating right now because they bought it when we were up. They bought it when we were up, and then when they drop below the price where they bought it, they FOMO out of the markets. People FOMO in at the worst times, FOMO out at the rare times. Got to follow what smart money's doing. Love you. Hercules Crypto will give you the good news. Still on that Nano Soma spread. I think today's day 3. Love you. Bye.